Hello students, welcome to our social study class. Today in the history book we are going to start chapter 4, the Mughal Empire. In this chapter we will learn about the administrative policy of the Mughal rulers. As we all know that India is a country of diversity. What is the meaning of diversity? विविधता. हमारे देश में इतनी सारी विविधताएं हैं धर्म, भाषाओं के आधार पर. So it is a very tough task for any of the ruler to administrate this country. But Mughals have done this work in a very nice manner. So to understand this chapter, I will show you some slides. So children, this is the image of Taj Mahal. Who built Taj Mahal? So Taj Mahal was a great monument which is built by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in the memory of his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal. Mughal Emperor ruled our country from 1526 to 1707. So, from the later half of the 16th century, Mughals expanded their kingdoms from Agra to Delhi until in the 17th century they controlled nearly all of the subcontinent. Now, the main Mughal emperors were Babur. He ruled our country from 1526 to 1530. Then Akbar the Great. He ruled our country from 1556 to 1605. And the last but not the least, Aurangzeb was the last emperor. He ruled our country from 1658 to 1707. Now, there is an introduction about how these Mughal rulers came to our country. So, under the Mughals, India was the heart of great Islamic empire and a prolific center of Islamic culture and learning. This dynasty was the greatest, richest and longest lasting Muslim dynasty to rule India. So, here children, we must understand this, that before the Mughal arrived India, none of the Muslim rulers ruled India. They were the first one to do this. And they were the descendants of Mongol. Now here what is the meaning of descendant? Ancestors. Means Mughals were the ancestors of Mongol. Now there are great Mughal emperors. First Babur, second was Humayun, then Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb. Now children, one by one we will see their time period, that what they have done. First one, the first Mughal ruler was Babur and he ruled our country from 1526 to 1530. Babur was the direct descendant of the Turkish Genghis Khan and Taimur, and they belong to which part of Afghanistan. And after controlling the whole northern India, he made his capital city in Agra. He reigned for 4 short years and died at the age of 47 in 1530. So, due to this, because he died earlier, he did not enacted any new laws or organization in the empire due to early of his death. Now, he was succeeded by his son Humayun, and Humayun is also known as the luckless leader. Why it is so? I will explain you children. After Babur died, he was succeeded by his son Humayun in 1530. Humayun was 23 years old when he became the ruler. So, in 1540, Sher Shah of Bengal defeated Humayun and took over the Mughal Empire. The empire was lost from 1540 to 1544. So, Afterwards, Humayun get help or received the help from the Iran ruler Savid Shah and again able to capture Delhi in 1555. So, why it is done? Naturally, because he is helped by his Irani ruler or friend Sabit Khan. But Humayun died in 1556 after falling down from the step of his own library. That's why he is known as luckless one. Now children, Akbar, he continued to be ruled as the ruler of Mughal dynasty and he ruled our country from 1556 to 1605. So, why he is known as the great emperor? Because of his policies. Whatever policies he introduced in his administration, they were very good for each and every religious people. So, Akbar became the Mughal ruler at the age of 14 years only, when he was of 14 years. Now, Akbar was an ambitious and noble commander and he was able to build the largest army in the empire. None of the rulers have done this, but Akbar was able to do this. Okay. Now, he is a very great administrator. So, what he has done? He has centralized his system, administrative system, and divided the whole empire into 15 provinces, and they were under the supervision of a governor, each province into a district, then each district was further divided into smaller sections. And already I told you that he was best known for tolerance of his subjects, especially for Hindus, and for this he removed all poll taxes from Hindus. So, it means that he was fair towards each and every religious people and have respect for all the religions in his heart. So, children, we will continue this chapter in the next class. Thank you and goodbye.